Well, the results are in. The results are in for Billboard's Hot 100, and it looks like Drake is almost sliding off of the charts. It looks like Drake's music has almost gone non-existent in the top 10. Recently, it was Kendrick Lamar and Drake going at it in the top 10, fighting for the number one spot. Now it looks like a majority of the songs that Drake's album had came with, the Triple S for You, it looks like a majority of those songs have fallen out of the top 10. The only one remaining is Nokia. And the interesting thing about Nokia that we covered on this channel was the fact that this was a song that was pushed by fans by getting content awards, fan awards to people who are getting paid to play this music, getting paid to play this music as a reward from this marketer that we had talked about. It's in this post right here where Eddie, the marketer, had described in this app called WAP that if you were to react or were to create content using Triple S for You, using Nokia, or anything that they were requesting for you to do for this Drake album, if you reacted to this, he was going to pay you. He was going to pay you an X amount of money to make this song go viral with a clip that you created. Now, obviously, this was a big talking point because he was trying to express how he was paying people, awarding people. Now, the thing is that he doesn't say pay, he says award. There's a way that they phrase things and use different phrases for things to pay people an award for reacting to the music, listening to the music, and basically creating content for the music so that way the song could go viral.
So could you just break down what you've been doing with Drake and Party Next Door's team for their album launch?
So it's clipping. It's called content rewards. The way that I look at it is like right now I'm running a Facebook ads agency before Facebook ads existed, or like right when Facebook ads launched. And like if you're running ads back then, you had the cheapest cost you could get for advertising, which is what we're doing now. And so they launched their album on the 14th of February. It's like what, the 26th right now, 25th. And what we did, they gave us a budget to pay out their audience, pay out clippers and UGC creators to just make content like around the album, anything related. So we're paying 70 cents per 1,000 views for UGC creators to make like videos reacting to it, lip syncing, dancing, like trends, memes to the album. And then we're paying clippers 50 cents per 1,000 views just for taking like streamers reacting to clips and just anything related to the album, like clipping.
So you can see even this marketer is admitting that he helped Drake by paying fans, awarding fans to listen to the music, to listen to songs from Triple S for You. In particular, he mentions that Nokia was a song that caught a lot of buzz for doing this, for awarding people to dance to songs that came out in this album. One of the songs that went viral was Nokia, and it was a person that he had paid to clip themselves go viral while listening to this song.
Sense.
Yeah, so it's really just about how we structured the actual campaign. So when you set up a campaign, you can create guidelines. So the guidelines for this was like, you must use a sound from the album in the song. It must be 10 seconds minimum. And then we also put a cap on the amount of views we're paying out for, which I forgot what the view count was, but it was $1,000 was the max payout for one clip.
Gotcha. So if someone makes a video, they hit these requirements and it gets over, let's say 1.5 million views, you'd pay them up to $1,000, but then any of the views after that, they don't get paid for.
Exactly. And so we've had a few clips go like crazy viral. There's one that has 9 million views. There's a few that have around 4 million. And so those guys earned $1,000 from those clips. And we got an extra 3, 4, even up to I think like 7 million views.
And what's interesting, if you go to this interview right now, when I was reacting to this on live, they had clipped out, like they used, I think probably YouTube Studio to clip out a part where he says that one of the songs that specifically went viral for the things that he's saying here is Nokia. And now Nokia is going down the charts because you could see that the streams that were given to Nokia, as well as the other songs on Drake's album, were fabricated. Technically not fabricated because they're paying people to listen to it, but that's the problem. You're awarding, and I quote, awarding people to listen to it. So once the advertisements go away, once the marketing goes away, once the budget and the awards stop coming, you could see that the album starts going down. And what's interesting about this marketer and how he's exposing this is there's a part in the video where he says,
what's that like? Because Drake, it makes sense. You're paying these people to make like videos of them dancing to his music. As long as they use his music and they're dancing, they get 70 cents per 1,000 views. So like any female influencer, any person could do that. Or if they're, you said clipping.
Any female could do that. Hold on, what do you say?
Any female influencer, any person could do that.
Who did we see? Who did we see dance to this song? Who danced to Nokia? on Twitter. Shout out Profound. He already got it. Lotto, bro. And as you can see here, you could see Lotto. She did the exact same thing, being an influencer, being a creator of content, music, whatever the case may be, dancing to Nokia. And it's things like this where you hear marketers do podcasts, do interviews, talking about things like this. And then when you see in social media Lotto dancing to Nokia, it makes you think, is this really even real? Is this artificial? What is real and what is not? Once it gets put into the mix, how can we tell that Lotto is actually enjoying the music, or if she's aware because she's cool with Drake that she could be awarded by listening to his music as well? Now take it for what you will, but when you have artificial things happen, artificial love happen, and it mixes with the real, it's hard to tell what is authentic and what is fake. Not only that, we have fans that will go out here and say stuff like this. I got my sister and mom streaming this on a playlist with 6 or 8 other songs at all times. Have to make sure it's not just on single repeat to avoid detection. Avoid detection is insane. Different accounts and your own custom playlist too. This is the way to run the streams up properly. Keep going. So you have these accounts that are going out their way, getting their family involved, their mom, their sister involved, so that way they could stream this album to benefit a cause that you're part of. Now, this is separate from what the marketer is doing and the other things that he's talking about, but it's similar in the way where fans and people are trying to make authentic views, authentic streams for Drake in this new album. And no matter how hard you try to imitate streams, you can't fake influence. It's speaking for itself in real time. No matter how many people you award or pay, no matter how many devices you stream, if it's not real, it's not going to stay on the charts. If it's not what the people are feeling, it's not going to stay on the charts. All that for Drake's album, so that way Nokia could be the only charted song in the top 10, when just a few weeks ago, Drake and Kendrick were fighting on the charts for the #1 spot. Kendrick's album had been out for months, and Drake couldn't even compete with that. GNX has been out for over 4 months now, over 5, I think, at this point. And Drake was competing with an album that's been out for months. Even in Drake's album, I believe this was like the 2nd week sales or the 3rd week sales, he was only able to sell 800 album copies, where GNX was selling 15,000. One has been out for 4 or 5 months. The other one has been out for a few weeks. So people could fake the streams. People could pay people to stream it. People could award, however you want to spin it, however you want to put it. You can't fake the influence. And this is why Drake is sliding off the charts. This is why he's falling off the charts. And I told everybody this in the very beginning. And it appears that this is something that Drake is going to need to understand. No matter how many people you pay, no matter how many marketers you pay, so that way they could award fans for clipping your music and videos, there's no way you're going to stay on top artificially. And who knows how long Luther will stay at the #1 spot, but not like us, as you could see, has been a top 5 charted song this whole time. Not like us have been #1 for multiple weeks and still stays in the top 10 position. We have multiple Kendrick songs in the top 10 list. We have Luther, Not Like Us, TV Off, and they all change from up and down, going back and forth. But it's because people are actually listening to the music. People are actually listening to every single track. And this is something that can't be faked because it's not given an artificial push, and the people are actually enjoying the music. I think this was a key thing to point out when we're talking about the top 10, because Nokia is a song on an album that Drake paid marketers to push and promote by awarding, quotations, awarding people to listen to it so it could help with your streams. But we'll see what happens, man. The chart's always updating. We'll see what happens going on further. But I knew this was going to occur. I knew this was going to happen. I knew that Drake was eventually going to slide off the charts. I don't think this album was something that was going to move the needle, that was going to raise the bar. It wasn't anything different than what Drake hasn't dropped already. It's not like we heard anything different. And there's no way it was going to dethrone Kendrick from having the #1 spot. So shout out to Kendrick Lamar and SZA for the song Luther and the success that it's built over time. Y'all tell me how you feel about this. Y'all tell me how you feel about the Hot 100, Triple S for you, the marketers, the artificial numbers, the content awards, and get back to me, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video, man. Peace. Keep it alleged.